Hi, my name is Dan Schaefer. I'm the Democratic candidate running for the Missouri House of Representatives, District 97. I want to talk to you about something. Every time you hear the Republicans say we're going to reduce taxes, ask yourself, how has that helped us in the past? Okay, so let's dial the time machine back to about 1980 when Ronald Reagan was running for president, and he promised the same thing. We're going to reduce taxes. The government is not the solution to the problem. The government is the problem. So let's dial it back to then. When in 1980, the top tax rate for really, really rich people, the top tax bracket, I should say, was 91%. Nowadays, it's 37%. The middle class tax bracket was typically 32%. Now it's 25%. Corporate tax rates were 48%, and now it's 21%. So you can see there's been this tremendous decrease in taxes. So the Republicans have pretty much delivered on their promise to reduce taxes. Now let's look at how it affects us. If you look at the government debt back in 1980, it was about $900 billion. But if you adjust it for today's dollars, it ends up being about $3.2 trillion. That was our government debt in 1980. And that was pretty good, actually, by today's standards, because today we're looking at $34 trillion of debt. That's how much the government owes, $34 trillion. We've had a tenfold increase in the government debt. But here's another way it really hits you in the pocketbook, and this is one thing I want you to remember in today's discussion. The average person, when they go out to buy a home in 1980, the average home price was about $47,200, and the median income was about $17,700. So that created a ratio of about 2.67. In other words, your average income, you would have to have 2.67 times your average income in order to buy a home. Today, the median income is about $74,500, but the average home price is about $416,000, yielding a ratio of 5.58. So we've actually made it twice as difficult for people to buy a home these days. Now, my generation, it was difficult enough to buy a home. I was, raised in the 1980s, or I was actually a young adult in the 1980s and looking for homes, and it was pretty difficult back then, but today it's twice as difficult. Now, the problem is both parents have to work in order to be able to afford a home. Well, if both parents are working, who's taking care of the kids? That's why child care is such a big issue these days. But the party of family values wants more children. Here's the thing. How is that supposed to happen when houses are twice as expensive? Add on top of that, many financial institutions these days are paying cash on the barrelhead for homes, and they're outbidding young couples. What that means, and they have no intention of selling these homes. Their intention is to rent out these homes. So young couples starting out today are getting outbid by financial companies with plenty of cash behind them, and they're being forced to rent. So they're being turned into a renting society. So young couples cannot build up equity as people did in my generation, cannot build up equity in their homes, that is. So anyways, it's something to think about every time a Republican says, let's reduce more taxes. What has it done for us at this point? It's made things a lot worse. Once again, my name is Dan Schaefer. I'm the Democratic candidate running for the Missouri House of Representatives, District 97. Thank you for your time.